Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Pop It Like It's Hot. Woohoo!
Yay!
Episode
Well, we not
3.
start off with a yay today.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff that has surfaced in the
Mm.
past couple of weeks that we will be addressing today.
We were actually not planning on film. I'm not filming, but record an
hmm
episode this week. We wanted to take a week off, but it hit the fan real quick
It sure did.
yesterday, and I had to call Gianni. I was like, "We need to do an episode on this because this is something big." I was shocked when I heard about this.
hmm
I think I told you, right?
You did. I hadn't found out, of course, by the media. You informed me of this first, but
Mhm.
OMG,
Yeah.
this is big.
So if you didn't know, well, it's probably by the time this comes out, everyone probably has heard about this, but Matthew Perry, mostly known as Chandler in the hit TV show Friends, has passed away in his home.
He has died.
He has died. He died. Yeah. So yeah, so this, as reported, it says he died from a cardiac arrest in his home, um, and he drowned in his jacuzzi, or he was found in his jacuzzi, I think it was.
hmm
But yeah, they said there was no foul play, um, no drugs on the scene. If you also didn't know, he's been on and off with drugs. He actually came out recently with the memoir, I believe, talking about his sobriety and his journey towards sobriety.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
yeah. But I don't know. I don't know if he relapsed recently and that's what caused him to have a cardiac arrest. It wasn't shown, but we don't know about that so far. But yeah, that is something in his past.
That's interesting. I guess we'll have to wait for the official autopsy report. But I
Yeah.
think there's just too many holes in this story.
That's what I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I was talking about this with Gianni recently. It it was kind of weird
hmm
that um the sudden, like, of him passing away, like, no foul play, none of this. But I'm like, in my head, he has a jacuzzi in his home, and his last Instagram post was him in his jacuzzi.
hmm
You would think he's experienced in being in the jacuzzi.
You think he's a jacuzzi expert.
Yeah, like, so we're just like, how does he just drown?
Yeah.
I don't, like I said, I wasn't there, so I can't say, but like, it just seems very, it doesn't it doesn't look quite clear.
I agree. I guess in that case, a cardiac arrest would make the most sense, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Some don't sit right with me about this story.
Yeah, me neither. Like, I mean, I told you all the time, I Hollywood, I feel like, is some, like, sinister stuff goes behind the scenes. I
Oh,
don't want to make
yes.
accusations behind, like, I don't want to make accusations straight off the bat,
hmm
but it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes these, like, celebrity deaths, they make it sound accidental, but it just doesn't feel, or like, there's too many holes in the story, and then just
hmm
like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like what else is going on there? There has to be something else going on. I
Exactly.
agree.
Yeah.
Well, in relation to big things that are surfacing in pop culture, in the YouTube world specifically,
hmm
I heard that there was some recent drama between Rosanna Pansino and Mr. Beast.
Yeah. So, okay. So there's actually an update when I was on my way here, and well, I'll talk about that later on. But to give the story, a long story short, so I guess Mr. Beast came out with a video about a year ago with big content creators such as Logan Paul, Lorray, and one of the main characters in the story, Rosanna Pansino. And if you don't know Rosanna Pansino, we both love her from Nerdy Nummies.
Nerdy nummies.
Nerdy Nummies.
Okay, sorry.
She's a huge YouTube content creator,
hmm
mostly known as for her baking and like all that stuff. But anyways, besides the point, she was also in this video along with other content creators. And the point of the video was that they were playing hide and seek in this huge stadium, and Mr. Beast had to go and find them. It took, I think, 26 hours for the shoot, for the whole filming process.
Mhm.
So, and they were awake. And keep in mind, they were awake during all this time, and they were like just filming nonstop for 26 hours. So that's a
That's
lot.
crazy.
Yeah. So, because and then they were doing this for charity. So the winner um of this video gets $1 million to give back to their community. So it was something like, it was going towards a good cause.
Right.
And so the drama started because if you watch the video that's on YouTube now, the top 3 people are Lorray, Logan Paul, and the winner, what's his name? Zach. I forgot his full YouTube name, but it's Zach. Zach. So, but Rosanna Pansino recently came out, and Trisha's Paytas podcast that sorry. I just had a
brain fart.
A brain
Like,
fart.
honey, you still here?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Okay, so she came out saying that Rosanna Pansino was actually supposed to be part of the top 3. That she was actually in the top 3 of the contest. But when the video came out, it showed that Rosanna Pansino was found way like in the beginning of the contest. So
I see.
yeah, so that rubbed her the wrong way, saying like, why did you edit it to seem like I didn't do as good as I actually did. And she had footage and proof of like that she was in the top 3, indeed in the top 3. And and it really irked her because instead of putting her in the top 3, she just replaced her with Logan Paul.
Oh.
So she was like, is this because of views? Did you do this like because it's like a better storyline for you? Like, or is this like a misogynist thing? Like he wanted the top 3 just to be men.
You can't help but wonder, right?
Yeah. So she came out with this the allegation. She came out with a post. And she even came out with proof that Mr. Beast actually tried to contact her and asking like, let's talk it out, give me a phone call. But she was thinking legally and was like, no, explain to me why you did it in writing. Because he could say like in a phone call, yeah, like it so and so, right? But then go behind her back and say, I never said that. Like, I never said that. She doesn't have no proof of that. So because he can completely turn this around and say this is defamation, like take legal action.
That's true.
Yeah. And she also said that they also signed some sort of NDA.
Oh, of course.
So yeah.
I feel like that's pretty standard.
Yeah. So she's just, she's taking it legally. But there was an update that I saw on my way here that she actually tweeted that she actually apologized to Mr. Beast, saying I didn't mean to for this to blow up like this. Again, she said she got a lot of death threats.
Oh, Jesus.
From Mr. Beast fans, and she said I'm just deleting everything, all the posts I made about Mr. Beast. I'm just taking it down. So, and yeah.
That is crazy.
I feel so bad for her because I feel like she has nothing to apologize for.
Right.
Because I saw the proof and it's all legit. Like, yeah, she was in the top 3.
Why would she make that up? Yeah.
Right, exactly. And if you know her, she's never in drama.
Never. She's like literally one of the most unproblematic YouTubers to ever exist.
Right. So it's like, why would she make something up?
Yeah.
She already has her set career. She already has millions of followers on YouTube. She has nothing to gain from this. You know what I mean?
Right.
She already has like her career. She doesn't need to like do this for clout or whatever. So I just feel like it's so messed up that she's the one that ends up apologizing. And instead Mr. Beast is probably going to get away with it. I feel like it's just disingenuous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really hope they like, at least privately, I know it's public now, but I hope they just figure this out
Yeah.
because there's just too many angles about this whole situation that's just wrong to me.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyways, I want to talk about Taylor. She just
Okay.
released her version of 1989, so this is like her
Mhm.
fifth album of her seven that was released under her previous label before she went independent.
Mhm.
So I think all that's left now for her to release is Reputation and Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
so I really like this album cover. I
Mhm.
think this album in general is one of my favorites. My favorite album from Taylor right now is Folklore. I just barely have any skips from that album, so I'd say that would be the reason why it's my favorite album. But
Mhm.
she already broke records. This was released this past Friday. It's been what, 2 days, and
Yeah.
she's already shattered records. I mean, like, are we surprised? Not really.
Right.
And also, I saw that in the news. I'm sure you've seen this too. That she's now a billionaire
Oh
because
yeah.
of the Eras tour, of the amount of money that she's made from that, and just re-releasing the albums that were a part of her old label.
Mhm. Yeah. It's good for Taylor.
Go Tay Tay! It's your birthday.
Mm.
Go Tay Tay! My favorite tracks from this album. Actually, I haven't listened to the ones from the vault yet because I know she tends to release like unreleased songs in her versions
Uh-huh.
of these albums that have been recreated. But my favorites have always been New Romantics and All You
Mhm.
Had to Do Was Stay.
Mm.
They're such bangers.
I heard she was actually getting a lot of like kind of not backlash, but more like critiques on
Oh,
her new version for Style,
oh, interesting.
and I think also New Romantics.
Oh,
I think
I haven't heard that.
I
When?
I heard people don't like um the how would I say they don't like the new beat. Like it sounds too like it sounds the same, like the lyrics are the same, all that,
Mhm.
but it's just I guess it doesn't sound the same,
I see. Well, I would imagine, like, in theory, it has to sound just slightly different
Yeah.
for legal purposes, compared to her original release. It can, of course, probably sound exactly the same.
Right.
Of course, I did notice a difference, but not too much in the sense that it didn't make me like her
Right.
re-released version. So I don't know. I guess to me, I'm just like, kind of indifferent about that, but
Yeah.
people are allowed to have their own opinions about that.
Do you think because she released Fearless and 1989 all in the same year?
Well, Fearless was in 2021. Um, she released this year Speak Now in
Speak
1989.
Now. Oh yeah, sorry.
That's
I was thinking
okay.
Speak.
She has a lot of work out there.
Yeah. So Speak Now was released what in July, right?
July, yeah.
Yeah, and 1989. Do you think right now she's gonna be planning on doing Reputation soon, sooner than we think?
I think the last two that she has to do, and I'm thinking that Reputation will be next.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Probably she'll probably push those projects to 2024, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she's released at least one or two of the re-released versions,
Mm-hmm.
or of the versions that she was trying to re-release. I think she's been trying to do like one or two of those a year.
Yeah.
So that would be this 1989 was the second one for this year. Honestly, love Taylor. She's such a hard worker. I wouldn't be surprised if she would drop something
Mm-hmm.
like Reputation or another album like Taylor Swift out this year. But I have a feeling that's going to be pushed to 2024. She's fed us.
Yeah.
She's kept us fed this whole year.
Yeah. For
Um,
sure.
that's just my thoughts, though.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Taylor Swift. Congrats, girl.
Congrats.
And congrats on being a billionaire. And hope you continue to break more records. Love that for you. I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to quickly touch on Sexy Red. I know we talked about her in Drake's new album, but
Mm-hmm.
this has kind of been out for a couple weeks now. She is actually pregnant.
Yep.
What do we think about that?
I think it was funny how she kind of announced it. She's
Mm-hmm.
like in one of the posts she like showed like her before she did announced she was pregnant. She's like, I couldn't breathe.
Pretty sure I saw that too, and she put BREAF or something like
Yeah.
that. But I thought that was so funny.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Are you for real right now?"
Girl.
Anyways, good for her. I hope she has a wonderful pregnancy, although I'm
Mhm.
sure it has its ups and downs. I wouldn't know what that's like, but
Yeah.
good for her. Let's talk about Brittany.
Oh,
She
yes.
is one of the other hottest topics that we were going to talk about on today's episode that I really thought warranted a couple minutes worth of discussion.
Mhm.
So she recently came out with her memoir, I believe it was on October 26th, or maybe a couple days before. Around that time it was released. And she had a lot of things to say about Justin Timberlake, which to the general public we didn't know until now.
Yep.
Specifically about a baby that they had together that he
Yep.
told her to abort.
Mhm.
And I guess it was because he was not ready to have a baby at the time,
Mhm.
given probably where his career was, and he was just so young.
Mhm.
And she had to abort it. Um, and then there's this part where I think she talks a little bit about, his manhood, if you know what I mean,
Yep.
and speaks to how small it is.
Yep.
So I
She
shall
really
say no more.
she really went at him in this book. I'm actually me and Gianni talked about it
Hmm.
that I'm actually planning on getting the book and then I
Hmm.
want to dedicate some time later on when I'm done reading it and talk about key points that I thought pretty shocking that she revealed. I mean, there's already a lot of like um revelations coming out about things in this book,
Hmm.
mostly about the abortion, and she's just going off on Justin right now.
Hmm. And about other people too, I would
Yeah.
imagine she's just pouring her heart and soul. And I
Hmm.
feel like she should have the space to do that because if anything in her life, she's been nothing but caged,
Yeah.
put into this prison, with the conservatorship that her family put her through. Oh my gosh, like this woman has been through hell and back.
Oh yeah.
I feel like this is a space for her to really get her thoughts and her feelings out into the world, and she should be allowed to express that. I know
Hmm.
it's gonna be problematic because she's gonna drag some people down with her. Point in
Hmm.
case Justin Timberlake, I know he's probably not happy about all
Oh
that,
yeah.
but if that's really what happened, like own up to it.
Right.
Own up to it.
Yep. It's just there. I mean, there are so many other stories too that um she also talked about, not just about relationships, but like her career and how much she was like forced into.
Hmm.
And one that she speaks of is that she like had a baby not so long after and she had a baby, right? And I think about a couple weeks or a couple months after, and like you just had a baby, your body is like still like recuperating, after all of that. And
Right.
she didn't feel like herself, even though in the video that the performance she was talking about, she still looks great. She's gorgeous no matter what.
Oh yeah.
But she didn't feel like herself and she felt very insecure. And the audience and like the public was also kind of saying things about her body, and she was not comfortable with that, but she was forced to perform after like having a baby,
That's crazy.
and she was like not feeling herself. She said everything was going wrong that day and she couldn't do it, but she was forced to.
Oh my gosh.
And like it just shows in perspective like how like the industry works. It's like,
Hmm.
she can't really say no, I don't want to do it. She
You
was
don't have a
forced.
choice.
Yeah, she was forced into being a
It's
performer.
almost like when you join a label, it's kind of like you're signing your life away. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good that they have a team to help you handle like the logistics and all of that, but I mean, really, in a lot of ways, you're selling your soul, you're selling your art,
Mhm.
and they control all of your assets artistically,
Yep.
and that's a pretty hard pill to swallow.
Yeah, it is.
And I mean, you got to follow that contract to the T.
Mhm.
And I know it's hard for some of these celebrities too.
Yeah.
Of course, I would never know what that's like, but I imagine it's not easy.
Yeah, for sure.
It makes me not want to be a celebrity ever.
Yeah.
I would want my freedom. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, circling back to the YouTube world. We just finished talking about Rosanna and Mr. Beast not too long ago. I also heard that there was some drama with SSNIPERWOLF.
Sniper Wolf. Yeah. So, in case people are not caught up, for a little context, Sniper Wolf is another big creator on YouTube, and so is JACKSFILMS. They're both big, huge content creators. Recently, if you go into Sniper Wolf's channel, she does a lot of reacting videos. However, she does reacting on like small creator videos and she doesn't credit them. And if you're in YouTube, if you're using someone else's content, you need to credit them, you
Yeah.
know. You can't just steal someone else's videos. And that's basically what she does. All she does is steal her videos and act like she's reacting. In reality, she's giving like vague like reactions. Like for example, let's say some guy like jumped off a bridge and like, you know, it's supposed to be like a funny video or something. She'll be like, "Ah, he jumped." Like that would be her reaction. And it's just like and it's just like, girl, what? It's like it's
Girl,
very
what?
like forced content, and she's like shooting out these videos like so many times a week, and it's just like it looks like such a money grab at this point. Like she's just doing it for the views and for the money, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And so Jax Films called her out and was like, hey, this is kind of messed up. You're using these people's videos and not crediting them, and you're giving vague, and you're not even reacting, you're just like saying what the video is, and you're not, it looks, it's content stealing, you know?
Yeah, it's plagiarism.
It's plagiarism, exactly. So um yeah, so he decided to troll on her a little bit, and
Mhm.
he made a fake YouTube channel, basically mocking her but actually crediting the videos where she's stealing from, and actually like, you know,
Oh,
but it's no way like going towards her, but kind of like making fun of her
I
in a
see
way,
what you're
but
saying.
also calling her out
Mhm.
for what she's doing.
Mhm.
And so she's going on Twitter saying, why are you harassing me? Like you're just hating on me because I'm a woman, blah blah blah, all this stuff. And Jackson was like, no, I'm just calling you out, you know? And so um yeah, she just says a bunch, she was like basically going at him like, you know, saying like, why are you always thinking about me, why are you going so hard on me and stuff like this. And um but you know, Jax Films, he's so funny, I love him. I watched his videos back then, they were so funny. But besides the point, fast forward couple weeks into him like on his YouTube channel, he
Mhm.
was playing Among Us with his wife and some other friends
Oh my
on the
gosh,
live
wait,
stream.
sorry, that game is still a thing.
I know. I
Remember on my YouTube channel, this was like maybe 3 or 4 years ago, we did, I think that was like our first collaboration ever.
Oh
It was like a
yeah.
Halloween themed episode, or I made it into like a series, and that was kind of like the first episode of that series.
Yeah.
And we did an Among Us
Oh
collaboration. That was so
yeah.
fun.
That was fun.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to like play that again just to like get into that
Right.
nostalgia. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
No,
Go
you're
ahead.
good. Okay, so they were live streaming and people were saying, "Hey, Sniper Wolf is like in LA because I think she's from Tampa, I think. I could be wrong. But
Oh,
she
I don't
was
know.
visiting LA for I guess a business trip or whatever.
Mhm.
And so she posted on her Instagram stories to Jack's Films, let let's I'm here and let's talk it out in person, right? And he was just like, that's weird, I don't want to meet up with you, you know? Like you know, so he's like, okay, whatever. And this is where she messed up big time.
Uh-oh.
She goes to his house, she takes a picture of his house, posts it on her story, and said, let's be adults and talk this out.
Oh,
And he was in his house and they live streamed their reaction, and they were, and both of his wife, him and his wife were like, what, like what the hell, like, and should we, and the wife was like, should I open the door? And they're like, no no no, like no.
absolutely not.
Yeah, like she's at our doorstep, like what. They never opened the door, so I guess eventually she left, but they never opened, they never said anything. But yeah,
So she literally doxed them.
she literally doxed him. She has millions of followers, and she thought the smart idea is to post his house.
Oh my God. Yeah, girl, that's not the move.
No, of course not.
Even like, let's say we're enemies or we're not getting along, that is just not something you do.
Exactly.
that's not something you do. That's just not appropriate, no matter what the
Mm-mm.
situation is. Like, if I was, the person in the wrong, I would not want that.
Right.
So you have to kind of put yourself in, the other person's shoes. I get it. I think maybe just like emotions were just like fueling, but that's still like, let me just be clear, does not give you the right to dox somebody like that.
And she's a huge content creator too.
Exactly. She has
So
a
you
big
would think,
platform. Yeah,
yeah, so you would think you wouldn't want someone to think like that happen to you. Why
exactly.
would you want to do that to someone else who also is a big content creator, might I add?
Yeah,
Like, think, girl. Like, think. So
that's crazy.
Jack's Filmed asked YouTube to please demonetize this woman because no big content creator should be doing that and be making money on this platform at the same time. Eventually, they did comply, and I guess they did like a temporary demonetization.
Okay.
She came out with an apology. It didn't seem like genuine to me. I feel like she just did it to, like, legal reasons. If I have to speculate, just seems something like, I don't know, lawyers like, just put out this apology real quick.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like that's a standard way to go,
Yeah.
at least from a legal standpoint, like you said,
Yeah. Exactly.
and to try to like, make amends and try to recover what you can. But
Yeah.
honey, the damage has been done.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I always kind of found her annoying, in my opinion.
Really, I've never really been a fan of her because I've never really watched her per
Yeah.
se. But mm,
Yeah, she seemed kind of annoying to me. I feel like when I think back then I tried to get into her videos, but it was just like,
not your cup of tea.
yeah. So I just left it at that. But like this, I was just like,
This even more so kind of solidified for you. You're like, thank God I don't watch her.
right, exactly.
Oh man, that's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, let's move on to Megan the Stallion.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk quickly about her becoming an independent artist as of recent, or as of late, excuse me. She parted ways recently with her label 1500. So now she's going to be an independent artist moving forward. And she's coming out with a new album, excuse me, I can't speak today, titled Cobra.
Mm,
I'm excited.
yeah.
I love Megan, and I think she's doing a lot of good things for herself right now. Um, this, of course, being one of them, but also, just taking a break from social media. She seems like she's in a much happier state because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm just happy for her.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be a really good move for her. And I can't wait to see what this album's going to be like. I imagine
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be very interesting, probably very different from what she's put out before.
Yep.
Anyways, I just wanted to throw that in there. Woo! I just get so excited. I love Meg.
Uh-huh.
Um, there was another piece of drama I wanted to touch up on. I'm sure you probably know more about this than I am, or than
Mm-hmm.
I do, excuse me. But I did hear there was some stuff going on about Julia Fox and her previous relationship with Kanye West.
Yeah. So Julia Fox also came out. I believe she also came out with the book talking about her and Kanye, like, just her life, but she also like mentioned her time there with Kanye.
Mhm.
Um, she basically said that to make a long story short, that she was just basically his like dress up doll. He would like all those dress up stuff that she was wearing around him was like because of him. He made her dress like that, which you can, I if you watched the media during that time, you could kind of tell
Yeah.
because back then, like, she used to dress like, just like nice,
Yeah, yeah.
and then once she started dating Kanye, that's when it became more abstract. Her fashion, let's put it
The
that
the
way.
Kanye effect.
The Kanye
I'm
effect.
pretty sure Kim Kardashian recently said something on, if not on, social media in the show,
Hmm.
the Kardashians, that he had such a big influence on her style.
Yeah.
And when they broke up, she kind of had to like find her style and herself
Hmm.
again in that regard,
Yeah.
which I thought was so interesting because that is not something that I thought like he would be having an effect on. I would be thinking it would be something in relationship to personality, music, other artistic stuff,
Yeah.
and not style. But
Right.
Okay.
I mean, I'm like, okay, style queen. Okay, I
Yeah.
guess.
Pop off, I
Pop
guess.
off. And basically, she kind of just said it like, I mean, she just, did it for fun, for the experience.
Yeah.
Um, she knew, if you didn't know, that he bought her and her friends some Birkin bags for her birthday. And once he did that, she was like, yeah, this is only gonna be a temporary thing, I
Oh
was like, ugh.
man.
I actually love Julia Fox. Like, she's so real,
She seems like she would be such an amazing friend.
Yeah, she seems so like she'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I just love her. I see her TikToks and they're so funny.
I feel like we all need somebody like that in our life.
Yeah.
Someone who can just tell you like straight up just how it is.
Yeah.
I feel like that's her, like you said.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Mhm.
I wanted to move on to some topics that are kind of in the Spanish world, so kind of a little bit away from the English world, but
Mhm.
still very relevant to pop culture, as these artists kind of do make music in that blend along with reggaeton. I wanted to quickly touch on Maluma and his partner. They're expecting their first child together. I didn't even realize he was with somebody.
Right.
I just see all these like beautiful girls on his story. It just seems like he's single.
Right.
Like I didn't even realize he was having a baby, let alone he had a partner. So I was like, what? I had to like blink twice when I saw that heading, but it is true. It is confirmed. So good for him and good for her.
Yeah.
I wonder what the sex of the baby will be, but I feel like it's gonna be a boy. I don't know. Something just tells me it's gonna be a boy,
I
so I'm
think
gonna.
it's a girl. I feel like
You do?
he's gonna be such a girl dad.
Well, you could be right.
Yeah.
I guess it's 50-50.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. He gives me girl dad vibes.
Some people can tell like also by how the mother is caring too.
Yeah.
I'm always horrible at that.
Yeah.
Probably because I'm not a woman. I wouldn't know, but oh, I just love that.
Yeah.
I love guessing. I love pregnancies. It's just it's a beautiful way to celebrate life, and I just think it's wonderful.
Mhm.
Another artist I wanted to talk about is the legendary Daddy Yankee. Love him. But it appears that him and his longtime partner have seemingly separated. This is
Mhm.
alleged. I don't know if this is true, but they've been together for years. So
Mhm.
that really comes as a shock to me because it didn't seem like there was trouble in paradise. But, he's very good about keeping things private,
Yeah.
which I respect about him.
I didn't know he was married or anything.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's so good at, just keeping things, simple, humble,
Mhm.
and neutral. This is kind of why I like a lot of the older like Spanish artists a lot because they're very humble. They're very, neutral. They're just to themselves and they're just living their best life. Like Evie
Yeah.
Queen, love her. She's such a
Mhm.
queen. You know, these people they don't bother nobody. They're just
No.
like, I'm just here.
Exactly.
That's like my mantra. That's how I want to live my life too.
Mhm.
Um, but enough about Maluma and Daddy Yankee. I wanted to bring this back into the English world of pop culture, and we were talking about Taylor Swift earlier. It seems like her and Travis Kelsey are still going at it strong.
Mhm.
As I anticipate, I feel like they're. I just feel like this is gonna be it for her. I feel like
That's
this.
what they said about Joe Allen.
That's true, and I know we talked about him in. I want to say like first episode, first or second episode. I think it was the first.
Mhm.
But I know that they broke up because one of the reasons was a lot of the pressure that was
Mhm.
coming towards Joe. He's nowhere near at that level of fame as Taylor is. So I think that was kind of hard for him.
Yeah.
But in this case, Travis is up there.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that this is going to be a much different outcome. I think this is going to be and I hope, I'm right. That this will, hopefully lead to an engagement, hopefully will lead to marriage and they can just spend the rest of their lives together. But, I don't know. I can't speak that far into the future, but this is my hope and my expectation. I know she's still going to a lot of his games. Um,
They've been very public.
they have been.
And it's like the complete opposite of what we've been getting from like her past relationships. Like
Exactly.
it seems like they like try to keep in hiding. Like you'll see rare appearances of them together.
Hmm.
But with this one, and Taylor and Travis, they're like everywhere together, holding hands, posting pictures, like the one where like Taylor's like kissing his cheek, like
Yep.
full on PDA, and it's like a complete turnaround from like what we used to be seeing. So it's like a fresh start. So maybe it's like her way of saying, guys, I'm like happy with this one. Like telling her fans, like, don't worry about it. Like he's actually like a good one.
He's a keeper.
He's a keeper. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Taylor. I feel like Taylor likes to communicate a lot with her fans in subliminal ways. So I just think everything she does, like she's famous. She she knows what she's doing to the media.
Hmm.
I feel like she knows how to like show what she wants to show.
Yeah.
If she doesn't want the public to know about something, she'll keep it in hiding. And
Right.
she's good at that.
She's very
So
good.
I feel like for this, like to be in the news, I don't know. I feel like she wants like her fans to like see that her happy and that makes them happy.
Right. But ultimately, it's really about, them too. So I hope that,
Mhm.
things are happy.
Mhm.
I mean, from our perspective, I think it seems that way, but I
Yeah.
hope it's really like that behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Anywho, I wanted to jump into Blueface.
Ah!
He got engaged to his high school sweetheart, JAIDYNALEXIS. She has this viral song on TikTok called Barbie's, like hips, lips, hello. That's
That's
just
not
all
good.
I remember from that. Um, and before he got with JAIDYNALEXIS, Blueface was with Krishan Rock, and they had a child together. But now, of course, separated. They have separated, excuse me. And Krishan Rock is seemingly with this um, rapper named Lil Mabu. I don't know how you pronounce that. And they did do a diss track against Blueface. I thought
Mm.
that was so funny.
Yeah.
And then I saw on TikTok, there's like this show called Baddie, I don't know what it's called. And there's this scene with Krishan and Whoa Vicky.
Oh my
And
god.
there's like a bunch of people, even like Natalie Nunn is in it. I'm like,
Oh, this is House of Villains.
oh, okay, thank you. I don't know why I said baddies. Okay, whatever. But they like tag team Vicky and they like jump her, and it's just the funniest thing ever. Oh my gosh. You guys have to look this up. It is the funniest thing ever. I just think like Shine, like Blueface, all of the people involved in that circle, it's just one hot mess.
It's like a love triangle.
I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
But it is just so entertaining to watch.
Yeah. So I was so confused about this whole love triangle between Krishan, Blueface, and what's her name again?
Jaden.
Jaden. I was like, what's going on? Okay, who was dating for blah blah blah. I was confused. But I saw a TikTok that basically like dumbed it down for me.
We all need that.
Yeah, I was like, I need a little.
Well, please enlighten me because I'm probably missing a few pieces of the puzzle.
Okay, so basically, Blueface and Jaden,
Mm-hmm.
they dated in high school. They were high school sweethearts.
Right.
Blah blah blah. They dated, right? And they had a kid together. Um, they were on and off. And again, eventually,
Oh wait, so Blueface and Jaden do have a child together.
they, two.
Oh, they have two.
Yeah,
Oh.
we'll get to that.
Ooh.
So she had their first baby, but eventually they broke up.
Oh, okay.
And so then then Blueface eventually starts dating Christian Rock.
Oh, I see.
And
I
again, they
see.
start being on and off. He goes back to Jaden, gets her pregnant again with the second child.
OMG.
They break up again. He goes back to Krishan. They end up getting pregnant. Krishan ends up getting pregnant with his third baby. They break up, and now they're engaged. He goes back with Jaden, and now they're engaged.
Oh my gosh.
So messy,
Like,
right?
it's like all this back and forth, back and forth.
Right. It's like, dude, you can't pick one? Come Come on. And
OMG.
keep in mind, these girls have beef. Like, obviously, they have like heavy beef with each other,
Obviously,
fighting over Blueface. Which I'm just like, really?
over him.
For him, he looks musty. So musty. Like, I'm sorry. He smell like I see him and I could just smell cigarettes.
Why can I see that? Like, why can't I see that?
Yeah.
I can see that. Oh, Jesus.
I'm just like, oh
Like
no.
a pack of Newports.
Yeah, Newport. Newports. He said you ask him what's your favorite food, he'll say Newports.
Newports. I'm dead. Oh, man. Oh, also, I did forget to touch on the fact that JAIDYNALEXIS recently did sign with Columbia Records, so we'll probably be seeing more music from her
Yes.
after Barbie was released. I know she did start releasing music this year, but so far I feel like Barbie was kind of like her takeoff
Debut.
song,
Yeah.
if you will. Yeah, enough about that. I'm sure we'll hear more about that soon enough.
Yeah.
So more to come on that, I'm sure. I wanted
Hmm.
to take this next topic into wax figures.
What?
I know, so random, right? But specifically that of the Little Rock of the Rock, Dwayne the Rock
Oh
Johnson
my
and Little
god.
Wayne, especially the Rock's wax figures. Excuse me.
Dude, that was so funny. I was like, that is not the Rock.
That is not him. That is like
Stone.
yes. Oh my god.
Hmm.
They like made this man so pale. I'm like, that's not him.
No.
It's not the Rock. I know.
Mm-mm.
So I know he did petition to like have that person who created the wax figure change it up to actually look like him. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that's underway.
Yeah.
Little
He
Wayne,
did. I actually saw that they actually did say, well, yeah, we'll help. We will actually remake it. Sorry
did
about that.
did they say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. I didn't follow up on that.
Madame Tussauds.
Was it Madame Tussauds?
I think so.
Oh, I remember we went. Blah, blah, blah. I would vomit. I remember when we went to Vegas in August, we did go to the Madame Tussauds wax museum there.
It was pretty fun.
And it was pretty fun, but I will say some of the wax figures, no tea, no shade, but damn, like I'm like I don't know who you were trying to
Yeah.
make here, but that's
Who
not
this?
them.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Who is that? The Nicki Minaj one.
Dude, that one was so. I'm sorry.
I was like,
That
that's
was
Nicki.
that was not.
That's Vicky.
That's Vicky. That's Vicky Barrage.
That's Vicky Barrage right there.
Who was another one there? Oh my god, there's one that I'm like trying to think of that I. Oh my god, it was just so bad.
I'm trying to think.
Do you have the photos?
I'm gonna go through them right now.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
I remember I was disappointed with the Elvis one because I thought they were gonna make Elvis like all
I remember who it was. It was Miley Cyrus.
Oh
who,
yeah.
funny enough, was next to Nicki Minaj in
Oh
the
yeah.
exhibit.
They're like, don't mind them.
I'm like, who is this? This is like, what?
What?
I was just so appalled. I did actually post on social media pictures with some of these wax figures from our time in Vegas in August, and I did post a picture with Miley, and I made sure it was kind of like she kind of looked like far away from me
You did
because
her a favor.
I was doing her a favor that it was just not her. It was supposed to be a wrecking ball rendition of her. And I'm sorry, but whoever did that did not eat.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry, no tea, no shade, but let's BFFR here.
BFFR.
That is not Miley Cyrus.
Mm-mm. No.
That's Wiley Nyrus.
And Wiley Nice. Okay, I have some picture. I can't find Miley for some reason.
Oh God, please.
Yeah, but
Don't-
I do have Nikki.
Don't pull up that trauma.
Nikki!
Man, like that is Vicky Barrage
Vicky
right there.
Barrage. Hey girl. Love you, but we're oh, here we go. Sorry to interrupt, but this is okay. So Elvis, I was so disappointed because I thought they were gonna show him in his prime and stuff, but
Oh man. But it's just so interesting, like, just from a wax figure, how people can really manipulate art and just really imitate somebody's like features. It's crazy because some of them actually do genuinely look like the person they're trying to represent.
yeah.
And it's just crazy how much, and I'm sure time, blood, sweat, and tears is, put into this.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Moving on from wax figures, there was something I saw, and I know you probably know more about this than I do. I didn't really get the time to read too much into the story, but I saw that a girl died from drinking Panera
Yeah.
lemonade.
Yeah. So
What?
let me get into it. So this one girl, she was 21 years old.
Oh, she's young.
Yeah, she was 21. She was born with a heart condition.
Oh man.
Basically, I forgot what's it called. You're a nurse, so you would know the name, but I don't know.
There
the
are
name.
so many. I need to look this up.
Basically, it's something arrhythmia.
Let's see.
Something with arrhythmia.
Oh, she had an arrhythmia.
But basically, she had a weak heart, and her doctors throughout her life say, please avoid caffeine. You know, so all through her life, she avoided any kind of caffeine, sodas, energy drinks, all that stuff. Well, one day, I guess she went to Panera Bread. She had one of their charged lemonades, and then later that day, she had a heart attack and died.
Jesus.
And now her family is actually suing Panera Bread because they don't disclose how much caffeine is in their charged lemonades. So what it turns out is that a daily consumption for a healthy consumption of caffeine for a human to take on a daily basis is around 400 milligram, not milligram, something. But I'll just say the number. It's 400.
I think it's 400 milligrams a day.
Milligrams. There you go. Okay.
You got it.
So 400 milligrams. Their charged lemonade has 350. Just one cup of charged lemonade. 350 milligrams. And they estimate that's more than a Red Bull.
Oh my god. At least when I've had one in the past, like I feel like I was bouncing off the walls.
Yeah. And a lot of people say, like, you know what? After you're drinking those lemonades, they do feel like, kind of this weird caffeine, rush towards them. And so now the family is suing Panera Bread because they're saying, you guys don't disclose how much caffeine you guys have. You guys just put charged lemonade.
But don't disclose like literally what's in it.
Yeah.
I understand.
So Panera Bread's in trouble.
Oh, I would imagine. Lawsuit incoming if it hasn't already.
Oh, I think it's already landed.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm sure her family is beyond livid.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, because they lost her daughter. I just actually searched up an article, and it seems like the condition she had was a long QT syndrome. Essentially, it's a disorder that can cause chaotic heartbeats. As a result of too much, stress. It could be exercise, or even certain foods, including caffeinated beverages. So this is exactly how this drink ties into all of this. But it seems here that according to the article, that the girl did follow the doctor's recommendations. But I think because Panera really didn't disclose, what was in this lemonade, she didn't know.
Exactly.
So I understand why, because of a lack of transparency, I would assume that this is, why the lawsuit was initiated. I mean, it literally costed her life. So
yeah.
Oh man, I'm just grieving for those parents. That must be horrible. Like I would imagine, as a parent, you wouldn't want your child to die before you.
Right.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Well, that is all the time we had for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Again, we weren't really expecting to shoot this episode so early, but so many topics in the world of pop culture came to light as of this week. So we just had to talk about it. Well, I think we should sign off here.
We should sign off. We're gonna be actually going to the 1975 concert today. Yay!
It's exciting. So we'll see Maddie Healy.
Yay!
Oh, that's so funny. But I can't wait for this concert. This is something I've never really experienced. I'm more of a pop person, but this will be good for me. We'll be back with some more hot topics in the world of pop culture in our 4th episode. So
yay!
Yay! All right, love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.